Hi guys, Ethereal Awakening here, doing individual zodiac sign readings. This one is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check your north nodes. Please pardon my meditation music going off. I like tools to meditate too, so we're gonna have to let Danny do his thing for a minute. Excuse. It was almost over and I got excited. But as anybody who's a Tool fan knows, there's nothing that Danny, James, none of them do. Just a little bit. And of course the outro of this song is like a minute and a half long. It's Parabola. So, again, this one's for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Check your north node. And I do want to ask any viewers who look at the videos, and it may not be that something isn't resonating, but maybe there's a concept or something that I'm talking about in the video. Please comment any questions you have. I was talking to a friend yesterday who subscribed, and she was like, I really just don't get it. And I was like, you know what? That's what that comment forum is for. If you ask a question, I could answer, or even some of the other viewers can answer, and we can get a conversation going, because maybe there's something that you're not understanding, and it's not that it doesn't apply, it's just that maybe I'm trying to do a general reading, and sometimes I get lost in translation. So just as a way of trying to get, this spiritual evolution, this emotional evolution that, I've had visions of, in the future. I've had visions that I could describe no different than the ones I've seen in the Bible. Like, I will have had a vision of, I actually have a video on my channel. It's in one of, it's in the list there. It's called Fuzzy with Love. And what I was seeing in that vision is almost, and I didn't read this chapter again, because I've read Revelations, the whole chapter, a couple times. But then just recently, as I went back and read it, as I was reading through, it brought me to tears. I believe, is it John? Or is it Paul? Is it either John or Paul? I can't remember exactly. In Revelations is describing about the palaces of gold and things with all the jewels and all that he was describing in Revelations. That brought me to tears, because what he was describing was almost exactly what I saw in my vision. So, I mean, some of the concepts are a little abstract, and I'm trying to do my best to get the conversation started. So that's all I wanted to say. Spirit, what messages do we have for, what messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rise? Ooh, my hands. Guys, I have carpal tunnels in both of my hands. And my work I do had me really working out. I'm not, woo. So the carpal tunnels and my biceps are all sore from working. Man, the cards are just not one to, but I got to do this. Or if you don't use them, you lose them. I believe that. What messages, see, that shuffle was horrible. What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Spirit, what messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? All right. Thank you in advance. Let's get this going. All right. So the first card out is Tower. And this is your current energy, along with the Page of Rods. In your heart space, you have the Three of Swords, along with the Hierophant. The Moon is in the possible outcome, along with the High Priestess. And underlying energy are what you might not be aware of. the Six of Swords, along with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Rods. All right, I'm going to show you this current energy, but I'm going to get into the reading. So, Six of Rods, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords. That's two. Well, there's two sixes. And there's a Queen of Cups in between those two sixes. So there's, sixes are unity. Sixes are balance. And these two sixes in particular represent victory and peace of mind. And with that Queen right in the middle, she's looking right at victory. So this reading is for some Aries who are tired of the mind fuck. You're tired of the mental masturbation of, and that's another one of those woo-woo concepts. Like when I say mind fuck, that's the same, mind fuck, my masturbation. It's actually a more politically correct way of saying mind fuck is mental masturbation. See, masturbation fuck. Yeah. Anyways, so, it's when we stroke ourselves, we pacify ourselves with justifications for doing crappy shit or for allowing crappy shit to be done to us. When we justify that, when we're codependent, and what a codependent is a codependent is a person with an addictive personality. A codependent is a person who gets an emotional benefit from something outside of themselves. See, so we all have levels of codependency. From those who are addicted to telephones and money, all the way up to the more, picked on codependents of our society, like those who are codependent on drugs and alcohol, gambling and sex. Those are just more picked on. Those are just the codependents that when we find out, we're like, oh, shoot. But, if you have a codependency for money and you work too much and you sacrifice, deep, meaningful relationships for money, well, you get glorified in our society. You get the CEO of a big corporation, usually. If you can cut the cost and, the benefits for money being one of your codependencies in our society are looked on as good things. Where at any level, when you are on this spiritual path, any level of codependency is going to cause an unbalance. And this, what I'm seeing in this underlying energy here, Aries, this is someone who is sick of it. This is a mental and spiritual victory and peace of mind that you want through emotional balance with that Queen of Cups right there in the beginning. Now, in this current energy, the Tower with the Page of Rods, something has happened where things are not with the way they used to be. Or that's what's going on. Like, there's a major ending, a major shift in what you've always known to be, your work situation, your home situation, your relationship situation. General reading. I'm pulling strings here. But something that you've always known as comfortable is now shifted. And you're kind of, again, not really looking at that fact, but it's the motivating factor, I believe, to what this underlying energy. Just, I want peace of mind. I want this victory. I want this success and balance in my peace of mind. And with you looking at the victory instead of the peace of mind, I think you're willing to go to any lengths to get it, but you're not really paying attention to the thing that's like, instead of looking at the details, what he said, she said, if it, a job ended, well, I tried my best, no. Step back. Did you manifest yourself out of that job? Did you sit at your job and say, man, I freaking hate this place? Blah, blah, blah. Your relationship, man, that bitch, there are things that we do subconsciously that we're not aware are actually manifesting us right out of the situations we no longer want to be in. And I believe that's what this is. This is a complete kind of ignorance, and please don't take offense to that word. Ignorance just means lack of knowledge. There's a complete ignorance to what was your part in this tower moment. Because that's, again, that page, that's fire energy right there. You most certainly did have a part to play. Even if you feel completely justified, completely innocent, why were you there? Did you love that thing? Did you love that job with all your heart? Or did maybe this takes some brutal honesty. The Six of Swords in this underlying energy, how do you get peace of mind? You have to be brutally honest. And in your heart space, there's the Three of Swords with the Hierophant. This is loss and heartbreak and pain. And this, to me, is where you believe you were an innocent party in it all. And you're not looking at what your role may have been, what part in it. If you really feel so innocent, well, maybe where's the faith in that? There's that Hierophant. The Hierophant is a faithful man. And this is another indication in your heart space that you're really kind of not having the faith that whatever this ending was, it's because there is something better for you. And then in your possible outcome, here's this High Priestess and the Moon. This, to me, is knowing. You know that you do have a part, but you're not sure how to get there. You're kind of walking in the dark, and you're not talking about these things that are going on in your head. You're not talking about, your feelings, your fears. And that's okay, because you're going within to seek these answers, which that's the only way that they'll come. But Aries, I do implore you, when we look at this current energy, instead of looking at the he said, she said, possibly look at what, again, in your heart space, where you believe this loss and pain has come from. Not from all the little nitpickings over what the fights were about, or what the ending of the job was about, or, if you've even lost a home. Like, it's taking a step back and saying, a faithful man, counterparts here, a faithful man in balanced spiritual progression, the next one would be a Chariot, being balanced and moving on, knows that this chapter is closing because another one is getting ready to open. And if I look at my life at a progression, if I look at my life in cycles, what cycles have I completed in the past where I may have been thrown off, completely off balance, completely had a tower moment, but something better was on the other side. Having faith that if I can end, negative cycles in my mind and in my life, the next thing that's coming in faith is going to be something more appropriately meant for me. So I hope this has helped, Aries, and I will see you next time.